What's up, everyone? You're watching The Growl, and today is pretty chilly outside, which makes me think that cold weather is definitely here to stay. What do you guys think? Are you ready for this cold weather?
You know, the cold weather, it comes every year, and so we just
bear with it.
Bear with it. I mean, we're in Kansas. It's 70 degrees one day, and then it's 30 degrees 4 hours later. So I guess we just have to get used to it.
Yeah, right. I don't like it at all. It went straight from summer to winter.
Seriously, though.
I don't like Kansas. No. Fort Hays is good, but I don't like it.
We actually got a fall this year, which was the first time Kansas has done that.
Yeah, for like a week.
Well, I think it's supposed to snow on Saturday. Well, it snowed the other night, didn't it?
Yeah, did it snow last night? Or was it the night before?
Snowed.
Whatever.
I think it snowed.
It snowed. It snowed.
Snowed.
Just like that.
Yeah.
I don't know, here compared to like down in Wichita, even, the weather is different. It's a lot more cold here and it snows a lot more. So, just getting used to it.
I like it. What about, but like, so like, what kind of like winter weather safety things do we got going on?
Well, everyone has to pretty much check their batteries in their cars, check if they're really good right now. You're not going to go anywhere. Especially if it snows, you're going to really want to take precautions driving. I know a lot of young drivers. I was one of them. I was really careless. And so I did a lot of mistakes, and I've learned from them.
Did you ever get in like a wreck or anything like that?
Yes.
So I was going to say, how many new cars have you had?
I've actually wrecked once in the snow.
Was it here?
No, it was actually, I was 15 years old.
What happened?
Cool.
I slid through a stop sign.
Did you get a ticket?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
That's good.
Was it just you in the car?
It was just me in the car. Okay. I was on my way to work, and so...
And you were 15?
Mm-hmm.
You can drive when you're 15?
I had a learner's permit.
Okay.
Have you guys put winter air in your tires yet?
I don't know how to do that. That's a man's job.
There's no such thing as winter air in your tires. I'm sorry. There's one type of air. I'm just saying. Sorry. What else do you got to be prepared for?
Literally, if you're driving on the snow, keep it, like, if there is snow on the ground, 10 to 20 miles an hour at the max. You don't want to go 30, especially on, like, snow.
Mm-hmm.
If you hit ice... If you do slide, put your car in neutral and just tap the brakes until you slow down or hit the curb.
Are you ever supposed to like slam on your brakes anyway?
No, you never want to slam on your brakes.
Yeah. Okay. Good. I mean, North Carolina, like we get like, half an inch of snow, and then like all the canned foods are like gone, and everybody takes milk home, and they freak out in North Carolina. So.
No, you never want to slam on the brakes. That just makes it worse, because then you'll just keep sliding.
Right.
Alright, so you might as well, stay inside while it's cold, watch movies. Like, last Friday, Interstellar came out, directed by Christopher Nolan, who did, the Dark Knight trilogy, and that Dream movie. Mm-hmm. And critics are calling it one of the most realistic science fiction films.
What's it about, though?
It's about a futuristic Earth. Basically humans screw up Earth, so they have to leave. Mm. And they find a wormhole. So they travel through the wormhole, basically to continue living as a species.
So is this movie currently out, or is it...
It is.
It is?
Yeah.
It is. You would know, right?
Yeah. I'm interested. I haven't seen it, but I'm interested in that it's being called a very realistic movie.
Yeah,
just because it came off of Dark Knight Rises, which was really criticized for having a lot of plot holes. But so I'm interested. I haven't seen it yet, but.
Right. Well, I think the whole notion of going through a wormhole has some scientists disagree, some agree. So there's just kind of a debate there.
I don't know.
I don't understand the debate.
No one's ever been through a wormhole. That's right. That's the debate, right? Like, it's realistic, but like no one's ever been out there, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Right.
And
Yeah. What else? What else is hitting theaters hot this week?
So we got the that movie came out last Friday, and then along with Big Hero 6 is Disney's latest and greatest
The
animated.
big fat marshmallow guy.
Yeah.
The Michelin guy.
Yeah,
Wait, what's this about? Now I'm curious.
I don't know a whole lot about this one.
It's like the I don't know. Go. You're a movie guy.
It's a big. I've just seen the trailer. It's a big balloon guy, and he becomes a superhero. This little
Oh, cool.
12-year-old kid turns him into a superhero.
Yeah.
Fights bad guys. It's not Pixar, but it's Disney Animation. So they've been doing pretty well over the last couple of years.
Yeah, they always come out with good storylines. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you can with animation. You could do anything. Like,
Yeah.
I would love to see the realistic version of Up.
That'd be sweet.
A whole bunch of balloons in the middle of New York City, fly away. I don't know.
Well, these kids movies they always do better. Like the Interstellar out-earned Interstellar by 56 million to 50 million in the last weekend.
Do you know who like wrote it or anything, or like the main guy behind like this? Because I'm always interested in like guys that actually write the screenplay or like find the story or anything. What were you
Pull
gonna
it
say?
out.
I actually enjoy watching kid movies more than like seeing an actor or actress.
Why is that? Why?
I think it's just the imagination. Like I see all these colors. It just
Brings you back to being a
Meatballs
5-year-old.
falling from the sky and yeah.
exactly.
Well, I know Toy Story 4 is coming out in 2017, I think. I'm so excited for that.
What is he like getting a job now?
Yeah, exactly. It makes me think, like, what's the story going to be about?
He's
I
gonna
thought that
be
was
making
it.
the Toy Story movies.
Oh,
Plot
That'd be
twist.
sweet. It's gonna be
Toy Story
toys.
3 hit home pretty hard for me though.
Yeah.
I kind of cried.
For what?
College.
That's
Oh, okay, just the whole
Yeah.
college.
Yeah, it's like we grew up with it, and then all of a sudden Toy Story 3 comes out, and we're his age. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, it's here.
Definitely. So you don't know who it was written by?
It was written by Jordan Roberts. I don't know.
What else has he done?
Let me look.
I'll ask you to
There's
guess.
Isn't
some
it-
people on the screenplay.
Is it going to be directed by John Lasseter,
What is?
who is like the
John-
main Pixar guy?
So Jordan Roberts is one of the screenwriters, and he was a writer and director for March of the Penguins.
Mm,
That's his most well known.
okay.
And then it is directed by Don Hall and Chris Williams, who Don Hall is known for his work on The Emperor's New Groove,
Nice.
Princess and the
Classic.
Frog, and Tarzan.
Nice.
Oh, Tarzan.
So what about like Star Wars? What's going on?
So in a year from now, kind of a kids movie. Star Wars just wrapped up on shooting, and so J.J. Abrams actually isn't going to be directing the next movie. They're gonna give that off to Rian Johnson, who did Looper in 2012.
Nice.
But so he wrote this really nice letter to his cast and crew, which I thought was really cool. I read it, just saying thank you and how hard they worked and you know, going from real life locations to sets to studios, just really showing his appreciation. I thought that was really cool for him as a director and as a, you know.
Right.
So, but they wrapped up on shooting, and so now they're going to go in and do all the post production, which there's going to be plenty of.
What does this Star Wars cover though? Does it picks off where which one left off?
The original
Return of the
three,
Jedi. So after
4, 5,
now.
and 6.
Mark Hamill and
So like they started at the middle, went to the bottom, now they're here. Like I'm serious. Like
Pretty much.
I don't understand the layout. They're making another Star
it's
Wars.
a franchise. You make money off of it.
Yeah.
They just put Star Wars on it and
Yeah.
make some more money.
Right.
Yeah.
If it makes sense or not, they're still just gonna.
Starring Will Ferrell.
I would watch that
You would watch that?
with Will Ferrell.
That'd be pretty sweet.
in Star
actually.
Wars.
It'd be too funny.
The
He's
main
getting
guy.
old now. What do they call in the Star Wars? I forget.
Force Awakens.
Nice.
So it's a
it's
Star
like-
Wars-y name.
I can't. What about the newsroom?
So that started its third season, which it's going to be its last season. It's been off the air for a year. The second season wasn't very well received by critics, but Aaron Sorkin actually released a statement saying that he's gonna be possibly leaving TV. He's the writer of the show. He's possibly leaving TV after the end of it. He wrote West Wing, Social Network. I think he's writing the upcoming Jobs biopic.
Nice.
So he's done a lot of great stuff, but he says a lot of stories are just saying that he's being hard on himself, that he, he's really self-critical on the show, and he released, I can't remember when it was, 6 months ago or so, he released an apology for the second season. Something about, talking about the show as a whole and why it's set in the past, but like real time, with kind of talking about, he wasn't attempting to make a commentary on how news should be. Just he wanted to be able to give the audience something that the characters in the show didn't know, which I thought was actually really interesting. But
I actually like that they do real live events.
Yeah,
it kind of gives it like a reality sense to it.
Yeah, definitely.
It gives you an idea how they handle whatever the breaking news is, and the ethics behind it as well.
Yeah.
Because I know I watched it in a class. I think last semester it was in Rolf's class. I can't remember what the class was called. But I didn't think I was actually going to like the newsroom, but I actually really enjoyed it because, like you said, like it does give you like a real life scenario, and I like that a lot. So.
I only ever remember like the very first opening scene of the first season, right? That's all over YouTube, where he's like, America sucks.
Oh, yeah. He was like giving
a
speech or something, right?
Yeah, which it was like eye-opening and almost, bless you, completely true.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone asked, why is America the best country in the world?
Yeah.
And he just goes off from there.
rips into it a little bit.
Yeah.
I've actually just seen the first season. I haven't seen the second season. But I really just want to look into it more.
And it's on HBO, right?
It is on
Yes.
HBO.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Taylor Swift, I know she pulled all of her albums off of Spotify, and I know some people are really upset about this.
I kind of am I'm
too.
upset.
I am too, because I'm a Spotify user, and I pay for the Spotify or whatever. And I want to listen to her music, and now I can't. And I guess I saw on the CBS News this morning that she pulled it because she didn't think that artists were getting compensated enough for this.
She said like everybody that puts so much work into it, like they just don't get enough credit.
They said Jason Aldean did the same thing. Do you think more people are going to be doing this, pulling their music off of Spotify?
Well, yeah, I know like a couple artists I listen to. There's, I mean, you can look at me and tell that I don't listen to like mainstream Taylor Swift, but like a lot of artists I listen to, like in the rock side of it, like they're pulling it offline and putting it on cassette and vinyl, like a lot of them.
Yeah.
Which, because it's like a credible source of material, and you can hand that to somebody and they feel like, oh my gosh, I have something, tangible of theirs now.
Well, I know on the news this morning they said that, or Taylor said that she was going to put her album back on Spotify in like 7 months once it kind of dies down. And of course, when everyone already buys the album, she can make that money.
So is it like a propaganda stunt then? Like,
I would just wait for 7 months and just wait until she puts.
I mean, I bought the album.
I mean, she's not hurting for money.
Isn't part of her argument that she wants people to buy the physical albums?
Right.
See, I don't know if that's necessarily true, because people who use Spotify, they probably aren't going out and buying albums.
Yeah.
So if Taylor Swift wasn't on Spotify, there's no way I'm
Right. I mean,
if I ever wanted to listen to Taylor Swift, I'm not going to go out and buy it.
The diehard fans are going to torrent it anyway. Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
Well, and like a lot of artists, like OK Go with their new album, they put the whole thing on YouTube, which they can get ad revenue from, and say go buy the album.
Yeah.
So they, maybe Spotify is not the best platform to do that on, but like there are avenues for artists to get their music out for free, but still make revenue back off of it.
Right. Hone them to go to the concerts instead.
Yeah.
Which is what everybody wants to do initially anyways. You always want to go to a concert with your favorite artist.
Yeah.
Well, I know you said like OK Go put their music video on YouTube. You can actually like copy and paste the link and put it in the MP3 converter and then get the song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way to stop people from getting free music. There really isn't.
Yeah, but I mean, people are gonna do that. You just have to find. I mean, there's still that didn't stop the video from blowing up and going
Right.
crazy. I mean, it's not like everybody's like, oh, I'm gonna watch it once and then I'm gonna download it and show it to all my friends. Like they're just sharing the link. They're sending, and so yeah, people do rip it off the internet, but like it's not gonna stop things from still getting hits.
Right.
Or you can do what you two did and just give it away free
Yeah,
on iTunes.
exactly. Even if you don't want it, you still get it.
Well, I know like that Blink-182, whenever they broke up, that Angels and Airwaves, what's his face had like a god moment and created Angels and Airwaves and put all of his music online for free. And like, so that's like the generation I came from. It's like, because I'm a musician, so like everything I make, I always put online for free. Download it. Just come to the show and hang out with me and the 5 other people that care. So I'm just part of that. Like, I think it should be free. I think she's wrong. Like, I know, like, she's not hurting for money, so what's the big deal? That's why I think it's a propaganda stunt, because it's like, I'm going to take it away, and then when I'm not popular, I'm putting it back on, and I'll be on top of the media once again.
I mean, I understand she wants to keep records alive, but come on, this is 2014.
Yeah.
And there's other ways for artists and musicians to make money now. Live performances, merchandise, branding. I know Taylor Swift has like a clothing line.
Yeah.
I mean, there's other ways to make money than selling your music. It's not really needed at this stage of the game, and it's not all that easy to do.
Right.
When it is so easy to just get it for free.
Speaking of branding, I know that Mountain Dew is actually going to be having a Dorito flavored.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, does that not sound disgusting? Well, they tested college students. I don't know where from, but the college students said that it tasted like Doritos, and it was actually pretty good.
From?
I mean, like, yeah, if it tastes like Doritos, but it's still
Like,
weird.
It
Like,
shouldn't taste. Yeah.
This
don't
could
wanna
be good
drink-
though. You're buying one product instead of two. Saving money.
Are they owned by the same company? Is that why they're doing this, or is this like a
Well,
partnership
it's
thing?
Frito-Lay and Pepsi go hand in hand,
Okay.
so I think that's kind of where they got the idea from.
So then they like, wow, that's gross.
So is it nacho flavored Dorito?
Yeah, it's like the.
That just
Yeah.
sounds so
Yeah.
gross.
Are they gonna do the reversal and have Mountain Dew flavored?
That wouldn't be that bad. I think I would
Or they're
rather eat that.
They're gonna start making a whole bunch of potato chip flavors. Like
And
that.
like, what color is the
Chili
soda
cheese
gonna be? Is it gonna be like
Frito.
orange
Orange, red.
with like
it's
little
gonna be really
seasoning
cloudy.
flakes?
Yes.
I don't know.
The ultimate World of Warcraft like snack.
That's their target demo right there.
Yeah. What is so if they tested like college kids and like, but like the 13, 14-year-olds are gonna eat this stuff up.
Yeah, because you only need one hand. You can have one hand on the keyboard while drinking Doritos. Like,
You
why
don't
not?
get your fingers all orange and
That's
sticky.
dude, that's a pro.
Forget that, man. Just bendy straws all the way. It's just like. That's awesome.
You can just drink your Dorito flavored Mountain Dew while watching the Newsroom's 3rd season.
Boom. Sold.
Well, like,
Sneak
I'm
it in
excited
there.
to try it though. Like, I'm definitely gonna try it,
I think you can try it for me.
and then I'll let you know. But I saw a headline that was like a 90-year-old man tried to feed the homeless. What was that about?
So this was in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I don't know if that tells you anything, but there's a 90-year-old man and 2 ministers that were arrested for feeding the homeless. There's a city ordinance that bans public food sharing. So organizations that want to distribute food must provide portable toilets, which is weird. But what do you guys think of that? Do you think that that's right to be able to tell people that they can't give food?
If that's the law, like, why did they get arrested for, like, I issue a citation?
Is it this
or
like
something
the
that's not,
10th time that he's gotten arrested, like a citation or something? Like how many times has he like before? Like I thought I read somewhere it was like the at least 5th time that he's been detained for
Yeah,
this.
he's doing it as like an active protest to the ordinance.
Right.
So, I mean, he's asking for it.
It's so messed up.
I mean, he got the word out, I guess.
Yeah,
That's what
I
he
mean,
wanted to do.
Yeah, that's true. And like, I know I read a quote from him that was like, well, I'm going to get out of here and go right back to feeding that guy because they took my plate away from him. So, I don't know. That's messed up to me.
I just think it's really wrong. You're just trying to do an act of kindness to someone who is less fortunate, and
Right.
you end up getting in trouble for trying to help them.
Yeah. Well, I think the city's just trying to kick homeless people out.
Yeah,
You know?
Well, there's always going to be the homeless
Yeah.
people in the city. You can't just kick them all out.
Right. And in defense to the city, like, they do, like, allow, like, the reason why they put that in there is because they allow them to go to the places, the housing, you know, the halfway houses. And
Well,
get fed
sometimes
there.
even the halfway houses, you have to be looking for a job. You have to be like at a certain point.
Right, there's rules, like, so you get.
If you're not going to follow those rules, you're not going to be able to get in the house.
Right, and there's also so many, you know, only so many spots that can,
Right.
you know, taken in every night. I mean, we've all seen I Am Legend. No, Pursuit of Happiness. We all know how that is.
Basically,
And-
anyone.
These halfway houses, you're only there for 6 months at most.
You could stay there that long. Will Smith didn't get that chance. This world's messed up.
Dorito flavored Mountain Dew. Enough said. This world is messed
Yes, the homeless are safe.
Yeah, that would solve everything. Give the homeless person some Dorito flavored Mountain Dew. He would say no. No, thank you. He wouldn't get arrested. Be on his way.
you could almost kind of compare it to, you know, panhandling laws where they don't let people, you know, beg on the side of the highway for
Right.
for money. It could potentially, you know, be people begging for food, but that's probably just the community. They don't want the homeless people there, so that's what they're
Right.
doing. So
Trying to make everything look so sweet.
Well, something that doesn't look so sweet is in Michigan Lake over by Chicago, there were zombies floating in the water. Now, at first when I read this article, they made it seem like there were actual zombies floating in the
zombie
water.
apocalypse is here.
Yeah.
It's Ebola.
But it was apparently just a Halloween type thing. There was like a boat in the water and it had zombies on it, just acting all scary. And there was a big old storm that went through and just made the ship sink and all the zombies went floating everywhere. And the rescue crews got them all out, but that would be a little scary coming across.
Yeah, that's you
Some
get a
zombies
zombie washing
floating
up on
Were they
the
working for The Walking Dead or what?
I don't know, man. It was weird.
That's weird. So, who discovered these, though? Like, just locals? Or?
Just people walking around. I don't know.
And it was for a Halloween type thing? Mm-hmm. That's weird. Because I think I saw a video on it. Like
There was a video on it.
Was it a video?
There was someone recorded it.
Because he was
yeah.
like, man, it really kind of sucks because all the time that goes into, like, making these props and set pieces.
So were they like they looked realistic? Is that would be scary.
So we don't know the company?
I don't know the company.
You don't know
I
the
just know it was
company.
somewhere in Chicago. You
I
can try
wonder.
looking it up.
Yeah.
I know it was on October 31st. So it was definitely on Halloween. It was on Halloween.
Trick or treat. Zombie!
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Zombies overboard! If you've ever called the call center with the Postal Service, your information that you've given may have been compromised. That means like your contact information, social security number, and your address, date of birth, and they didn't say much more than that, but it could be compromised.
Who said this?
The Postal Service.
So they did
The
it.
Postal Service did come out and say, yes, this has happened. We don't know how many people have been affected, but watch your stuff.
That's weird.
October
And it was
or
like,
November.
as a whole in the or like, is there certain areas that were?
It doesn't really say because as a call center, anyone can be calling.
Yeah.
And so anywhere across the country.
Huh. Scary. I don't call them ever.
I don't know.
I don't either.
I mean, they're on my speed dial, but I don't know.
But if you do stuff online, like if you, I don't know how you would do stuff online with the postal service, but online is fine. You weren't compromised if you did anything online.
It's weird. So, so they like your name. What would you give them as a postal service? I guess you give them a name and address, and I don't
know why you
Why
have
would
to
they
give them the
have
social
social
security
security? Yeah,
number.
that's weird.
That's weird. I don't know.
I don't know, but I know the FBI is looking into it.
It's a call center in America.
It's a call center
I'm sure.
in America.
Hello, this is the call center.
I think that would raise some red flags.
So the CIA actually on the 35th anniversary of the Iran hostage crisis started tweeting the inaccuracies in Argo, which they used the hashtag no chase, which is referring to the end of the movie, which wasn't actually that intense in real life. But just little things like in the movie right after the embassy was taken over, six of the ambassadors went to the Canadian ambassador's house, but in the movie they actually all kind of split up, and 5 of them went different places, and then 1 American slept on the floor of the Swedish embassy, and then they all kind of made their way to the Canadian ambassador's house. So just little things like that. It was kind of interesting, fun to see the CIA getting on Twitter and
that was 2000. That was a 2012 film, right?
yeah, it was,
that was a while ago.
won the Oscar.
Any of you
that
guys
year.
seen them?
I have seen it.
You've seen it?
It's a pretty good movie.
It is. What's the synopsis for these guys?
So I mean, it's based on the hostage crisis that started in 1979, where so in the movie, basically Ben Affleck's character he started a fake movie called Argo, 1979. That was right after Star Wars in 77, Space Odyssey, Planet of the Apes. A lot of science fiction was really big in movies in the 70s. And so he kind of went to Hollywood and tried to start making this fake movie that they were going to shoot in Iran. And so, started like this big production that was all fake, that was all the government was going to rescue these people, the ambassadors, the U.S. ambassadors that were at the embassy in Iran when it was taken over. Just them getting them out, and it's kind of interesting to see Hollywood in the 1970s and kind of politics and how everything worked out there.
Right. That's awesome.
Well, that's going to do it for today's show. We'll see you next time on The Growl.
Cool.